So one last thing.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, one last thing because you have to go. We watched something the other day called I think it was on the news. It was called hardballing. Was that what it was?
Okay. Yeah. So I love Good Day.
Sure.
And I kind of get my morning started with Good Day.
Right.
I love Mike and his crazy self. And
Mike Jarrett.
Oh, man.
What up, Mike, if you're watching? But I know you're not.
So they always talk about very interesting studies and stuff like that. And so this hardballing thing, I said, put that down on the podcast because I wanted to ask you guys, like, how do you feel about it? Because, for an example, they were saying something like, when your first date, not even 10 minutes into it, just be like, listen, this is what I want. This is what I'm about. I really don't want a relationship. I don't think this is really going to work, but we can mess around. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And they were like, oh my God, like, carrying the girls and stuff. I was like, oh, that's kind of rude. And I'm like, well, that's kind of how it should be because you cut out a lot of the BS and all the unnecessary time wasted.
Right.
If you just tell me up front what it is and let me make the decision. Like I have a girlfriend who keeps going through the same thing with these guys BSing her.
Right.
And she's a really good girl and she's a catch. And she's like, listen, just tell me what it is. And then I can say yay or nay. Right. You could be like, hey, listen, I got a whole family at home. I got a wife. I got kids, whatever. This is nothing serious. I just want to sleep with somebody. Yo, just be 1,000% because if I love you and I blah, blah, blah. And then you have all this going on and you will never leave your wife. Right. And all this. Now the girl feels some type of way. Now she could go up to your wife and then start a whole thing. So I think it's a great idea. I mean, delivery is also an important thing. Sure. So also if you obviously say it the right way. Right. And just say, listen, I'm single. I know you're single. I'm not looking for a relationship. I just kind of want to, mess around. If you're cool with that, that's cool. But like, don't expect me to give you wake up, good morning texts and this and that and whatever. Like it's just what it is. Like people they want like the BS version. And that's the part I don't want.
I want the representative.
I want all that to be cut out. I want like, yo, tell me what it is. And I'll say, okay, I'm cool with it. Or maybe I might be cool with it to begin with. And if I start catch feelings, I tell you and you're not cool with that. And then we end it. Like just be upfront. You'll cut out so much BS, so much baggage, so much drama. And as a woman, I'm saying this, I'd rather you tell me from the beginning that you want nothing else to do with me, but to just lay with me. Right. Which is what is the case most of the time anyway. Right. Yeah. So, everybody wants to have this fantasy when they're like, oh, well, he's again his representative, he's texting you every day and then he gets the yams, right? Hey, get the yams. Gets the yams and you don't get your good morning texts anymore. He got his yams already. He got what he wanted. Right. So he had to do all that and instead of just saying from the beginning, it's like, yo, I'm trying to hit. Yeah. And it's like women today, they got their needs. They could just be like, cool. Yeah. I don't want nothing to do with you either. Well, a lot of chicks don't know yams is dinner and dessert at the same time. So once they get it, the meal is complete. Yeah, I tell guys that all the time. Like, yo, you should probably ask for what you want up front. You never know what you might get just by asking for it. And when I have these conversations with, small pockets of dudes, it's like I'm telling them to, throw bullseyes with darts. Every time they throw a dart, they don't understand it. I'm just like, yo, like women don't want bullshit the same way we don't want bullshit. And if you just put it out there in the ether, you never know what could happen. But the thing about it is, like, there's guys that will forever be in the friend zone. But they don't know that because they think there will always be a chance. Meanwhile, the girl's talking to her girlfriends like, yeah, I don't look at him like that at all. He's like my brother. I don't understand how dudes don't know when they're in the friend zone. Because people don't know. People don't know. They can't read. They can't read the signs and they can't read. Like, if every time you try to talk to somebody, like, I'm busy. Or people will make time for who and what they want to make time for. Don't ever forget that. They could have 10 jobs and really want to see you. They're going to call you in between their jobs. True. They could FaceTime you. They can text you. They can whatever. Right. They could have one job, work 20 hours a week, and you can never get a hold of them. You know why? Because they don't want you to get a hold of them. True. Just ask for what you want. You never know what you might get it. That's it.